Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to be with you here today because it is my honor to dive deep into the future of thematics with you. Concretely speaking, I'm about to show you 3 options for the next thematic in the app. And the best thing is, you can vote for it. Tomorrow are the Guardians of the CHSB vote. So make sure to go head over there tomorrow and let's dive right into it. The first thematic, one of my personal favorites, it's the Hard Money Thematic. And why so? Because today we live in a world where the euros, the dollars that we have are printed in excess and completely arbitrarily. There's no fundamental value in the money we use on a day-to-day basis. To illustrate that, in 1923, so 100 years ago, you could buy 20 Coca-Cola bottles with $1. What does that mean for you? Well, it means that the money that you have in your bank account, in stable coins, in cash, well, it can be worth less tomorrow than it is today. How do you solve that? You solve it by having sound and hard money. What is sound and hard money? Hard money is money that you can't arbitrarily create out of the blue. It's hard to get. That's the very definition of it. That's what makes it valuable. Gold has been the hardest money since the dawn of time, and why it's been so widely adopted worldwide as money is because it is so hard to find. And the more you find, the deeper you need to go underneath the earth to find more. Meaning that there's been a very constant supply of gold throughout history, about 3% a year more, which makes it very predictable. And now we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin potentially the evolution of gold into the digital space. Bitcoin is digital gold. Its absolute scarcity of 21 million makes it even more scarce than gold. Combined, they make the most soundest and hardest basis for your money. And here's the cool thing. This thematic allows you to capture the momentum of Bitcoin as it goes up, allocating up to 95% of the entire thematic into Bitcoin. And as it goes back down and therefore gold performs better than Bitcoin, up to 95% of that thematic can be reallocated into gold, meaning that when it goes high, it goes into Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes low, it goes into gold. Meaning that this thematic allows you to not only ride the Bitcoin momentum, but preserve your wealth during bear markets, getting rid of all the stress and the volatility. If you want to look for a place to keep your money safe and protect it and let it compound over cycles, this thematic is for you. It's the Hard Money Thematic. Let's move on. The second thematic is completely different. Thematic. It's all about gaming. And if you know SwissBorg, you know that we believe in it. Why do you believe in it? Because it is the single greatest growth catalyzer in crypto so far. We have on top of that, not only the expertise of SwissBorg, but also of our sister company, XBorg, the single fastest growing gaming platform in Web3. The combined expertise of both allows us to create something really special here. Not just going by the top 10 gaming tokens that you may see somewhere else. That doesn't mean anything. We think deeper. We go have a look at things like, okay, what are the top games and how could these games evolve? Which of these games are going to onboard the next 100 million people? What are the infrastructure that supports this game that also is going to grow from the gaming explosion? What are the games that have the best community? The ones that are going to drive more people towards them, similar to SwissBorg. And lastly, let's have a fun moonshot in there that if it works out, may bring us asymmetric returns. The Gaming Thematic is the single best place to invest if you believe in the success of Web3 gaming and where gaming is heading, meaning away from big corporations in Web2 and back into the hands of gamers and fans in Web3. We're seeing an explosion at the moment. If you want to be part of it, the thematic automatically takes care of buying, selling, reallocating the tokens that are in, letting go of those who are out, keeping your position always up to date. You don't have to follow the trends. The thematic does it for you. That's the power of the gaming thematic. Getting the performance of the trends without having to worry about the constant monitoring and being up to date. Lastly, the Mad Thematic. As the name implies, it is a bit madness. It is the mass adoption drivers. We take everything on steroids. We look at where the next billion people will come into crypto. And where's that? Well, it's going to come through dApps. What are dApps? dApps are decentralized apps. Right now, Ethereum, Solana, the big names that you have in crypto, they are all protocol layers. They are the same thing as HTTP was for Web 2 or still is. In fact, if you look at your browser, you will see a little log and that says HTTP. That protects the website, among many other things. But that's the Ethereum of Web 2 in a way. But the reality is that as industries mature, most of the value comes from user applications, the ones that actually face human beings, such as the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Googles. So why limit yourself to Ethereum? Hop on the actual apps that will drive mass adoption early and get exposed to the single best ones directly supervised by SwissBorg and automatically kept up to date, meaning that you don't have to follow the trends. The Thematic will make sure that you are exposed to the most relevant decentralized apps that will drive mass adoption in crypto. And here's a fun fact already. dApps today represent 55% of the revenue of all the crypto space, yet they only represent 2% of the market. So here's an incredible asymmetric play that this Thematic is looking at. So we're looking at the top DeFi projects, the top SocialFi projects, the top GameFi projects, and the top brands that drive people from all across the world recognizing crypto. So these tokens will change across time, getting rid of those who are not relevant, bringing in new ones. And that again is the power of the Thematic. So if you want to be on board of the value that's going to be created for the next billion people on board in crypto, Mathematic is your way to mass adoption. Thank you so much for listening, guys. This was the 3 thematics that we're considering. Please vote. See you tomorrow.